here now to talk more about why the punishments for distracted driving just aren't as severe as what we're seeing in other states. We have KUSI contributor and criminal defense attorney Vikas Bajaj. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
You know, we already started talking about this because it is such a hot button issue, but let's talk about it as far as what are the offenses, what would you be facing here in California for your first offense, second offense, third offense, if found texting while driving?
Well, it's a fine. It's not a criminal offense, it's a fine. We call that category of offenses infractions. So it's like jaywalking or, being too loud at a ball game or something like that. It's not punishable by jail. But the real issue is the chronology. If we follow the chronology on where the concern really lies, we have in our office a multitude of cases we've handled where an individual has lost their life. And the driver then, if that person was texting or surfing the web or checking their email, is public enemy number one and defendant number one. Now, in today's day and age, it should be known that if I text someone or I email someone, it's very easy to extract that data through an administrative subpoena to your cell phone carrier.
So that's what they do then to figure out if you were in fact on your phone.
Absolutely. And they'll also now, the prosecution, when we say they, we mean law enforcement who attempts to reenact one of these unfortunate incidents, they'll extract information from the black box of the car. So many people don't know this, but our vehicles have what we would normally associate with airplanes. We have black boxes. So if asked, the carrier and the holder of that data will have to distribute that data. This data will give GPS identifying information to denote the route of travel before the accident occurred. But in regards to texting, in our office, it used to be that an individual was speeding or just clearly under the influence when a fatality happened. Now it can be a very innocent act, not even a criminal act, of just texting that leads to the inattention that can be argued leads to the death. So to dovetail upon your very excellent question, sometimes we don't worry about non-criminal offenses, a $50 fine or even a $400 fine. It hurts, we remember it, and maybe it changes some texting behavior, but the real problem is what's behind door number two. You know the statistics. We all, and your viewers, are very educated on this because of the great pieces that you've put out. We know how many people are texting now. On my drive over here to the beautiful studio, I counted no less than 35 people texting through my personal non-law enforcement observation in a 10-minute drive. That's extraordinary. So if you just look at the numbers, you can close your eyes and imagine how many fatalities could be due to inaction or inattention, and that, of course, could be because of texting or checking your email or even updating your social media profile to take a selfie and let your friends know how good you look in the car. It can lead to death. So it's fines in the first instance, but if we follow the potential chronology, there are serious consequences to this type of behavior.
Well, 1 in 4 accidents are caused by somebody who is on their phone. The age group that we see is definitely the younger generation. Does law enforcement have the right to pull you over only for texting and driving? Because I know for certain infractions you can't. You have to have probable cause on something else.
Right, absolutely. It's a violation of the vehicle code. It's actually codified in the California Vehicle Code. That gives law enforcement officers the right to get your attention, to pull you over, to detain you, and then, of course, to conduct an investigation while they're doing that. So absolutely, it gives them the right.
All right. Now, we are a lot more lenient than our neighbors. I think it's Oregon. They have the strictest rules against texting and driving. First fine, $1,000. Second fine, $2,000. And then, and third, you can be fined $2,500 and sentenced in 6 months in jail. Do you think being a little more punitive like that would get people's attention?
I think it's a lot to ask in today's society. While many people may take issue with the statement that everyone texts, if we actually look at the numbers and the statistics, we know that that is an accurate rendition of the proof. A lot of people are texting now. Does it rise to the level of criminality? In the state of California, we have specific statutes that attack conduct that falls under the umbrella of criminality. And here, if you cause danger or damage to property or person or take somebody's life, criminal arms then take control of you and your case. I don't believe it should be criminal if you're texting and driving on your first, second, third, or 10th time. I believe that when the criminal action is targeted, there should be a victim. So there should be an individual that's actually affected by the act, not sort of an amorphous potential harm that could be out there in society.
Great information. This discussion is going to continue until all of us, including the 34 people you saw on your way over the studio, can put our phones down in the cars.
Tall order.
Yeah, Vic, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, Anna.
That's right, Ginger.